Hi, my name's David Powell. Welcome to the Golden Thread. Triggered, how to handle being triggered. Let's explore that. Start with a definition. Triggered, the experience of having an emotional reaction to some type of disturbing content in the media or in another social setting. So, do you find yourself being triggered? Are you influenced by external events out there, by other people's comments and actions? Everybody is to a certain extent. Let's explore how you can strengthen yourself so you're triggered less often. Sound interesting? So let's explore how to strengthen yourself so you're less vulnerable to what other people out there say and do. Because one thing's for clear, the world's not going to change. The people are not going to go away. So if you're going to strengthen yourself so you get triggered less often, it's up to you. They're not going to change. Let's start in terms of strengthening you with a metaphor. Think about a feather floating in the breeze and a cannonball. Which is easier to throw off course, the feather or the cannonball? Now, why is the cannonball harder to throw off course? In our case, as a metaphor, why is the cannonball less easily triggered? Because there are two things. Both the feather and the cannonball have mass. So the feather is quite light. It doesn't weigh a lot. The cannonball's more solid. And both the feather and the cannonball are in motion. They have speed, velocity. So if you take a light feather and it's just floating around, it doesn't have much momentum. But a cannonball with mass and velocity has got significant momentum. The point is, the first step for you to consider exploring is for you to build more mass and more velocity, so you've got more momentum, so that things that might have triggered you in the past no longer affect you. Does that sound interesting? Two things you can do. First of all, get a stronger sense of purpose. Take the time to think about what would you like to achieve in your life out on the horizon, a year's time, 5 years' time, 10 years' time. Build a set of goals. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do? Who would you like to do it with? And create what's called a vision on your horizon. Then when you've made a list of all your goals and created a vision, start thinking about the strategies that you're going to have to achieve those goals. What are you going to do tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, 5 years' time? Once you've got a vision of how you want to live your life your way, and you've got a set of action plans, a set of strategies, then you've got yourself a game plan. And so once you get into motion with those plans and you know where you're heading, you see what's happening. All of a sudden, you're building yourself momentum. Hey, I'm going for the life I want. And you become more like the cannonball and less like the feather. So instead of floating around like most people do, because most people don't have a vision and they don't have plans of where they want to go in the future, you will be really clear, passionate, enthusiastic, and a lot harder, this is the point, a lot harder to throw off course and a lot harder, therefore, to trigger. Does that sound interesting? Because what you've done is build some inner strength, an inner sense of purpose and passion. You've got the momentum. They can't trigger you like they used to. Now, the second strategy for developing strength to avoid being triggered is what's called bull baiting. Now, this is best done with a friend. Let me explain. You can either practice with a friend or on your own. The purpose of bull baiting is for the other person to be rude to you. You focus down here in your navel and you just go, thank you, because you're really thinking, is that the best you can throw at me? So let me practice with you. Then you can either do this with a friend or in the mirror on your own. If you do sit with a friend, then sit close to them, look into their eyes, and you'll find it's quite hard to hold the gaze of somebody else. That's good practice. And basically, you're confronting their presence. You're building your inner strength. And once you've built inner strength down here in your navel, you'll find it's much, much harder for those people out there, wherever they are, to trigger you. So try this with me. You're weak, you're hopeless. Go down here, you're weak, you're hopeless. And inside, you don't need to say anything, go, oh, thank you, David. And you're thinking, is that the best you can throw at me? Nobody likes you, you're a loser. Oh, thank you, David. Is that the best you can do? You see what's going on? I don't mean it, but we're practicing. I'm being rude to you. You're internalizing it and going, oh, I can handle that. Thank you. Thank you for the practice. Nobody likes you. You're never going to make it in life. Oh, thank you. Okay, so obviously, I don't mean what I'm saying to you, but this is practice. If you can sit opposite somebody and they're as rude as anything to you, your job is to go, okay, I can handle that. Thank you. And then when they finish being rude to you, you can be rude to them and practice building their strength, their inner strength. This is making sense. In the beginning, you may find it hard, and it's hard to maintain that confront, but practice makes perfect. The purpose of this is to strengthen you up. So we suggest build your vision, develop your plans, gain some momentum like the cannonball, practice handling whatever comes at you, whether it's about you, the world, whatever's been triggering you in the past. Go down in here, I can handle that. How interesting, doesn't trigger me anymore. If you want further help, our Life Journey Skills course has a number of free videos that will help you understand more about you. So take this step by step. It's well worth the effort. We cannot have a world with people like you being triggered. Okay, so the journey of strengthening up starts now. Go for it.